was saying it was pretty tough being off the ice for this camp. I know you had to be off as well. Just would you love to be out there, and how are you feeling physically?
Yeah, physically I feel pretty good. You know, there's a couple bumps and bruises in playoffs that kind of we thought it'd be better to take another week off the ice and kind of get your body right before a big summer. But it's hard not being out there. The boys you love these guys, and they're all beauties, so you want to be out there with them. It's tough, but you get to hang out with them in the locker room and everything. Like here for all the videos, so it's been fun.
What was this year like for you in terms of on ice?
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, Mem Cup champs. There's nothing else you can be reaching for. So it was pretty special to get it done in our last season.
Do you feel like the year prior was a very high offensive numbers for you? Maybe this year it kind of tailed off a little bit. Were you focusing more on your defensive game this past year?
Yeah.
I know you weren't in the bumper a lot.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. Just it happens sometimes. Like I had just felt like this year, like it wasn't getting too many bounces. Obviously, the year before I got every single bounce you could. But I didn't feel like my offensive game was getting any worse. Just a couple bounces that should have been buried, or stuff still on me, grip my stick too tight at some point. But I felt like as the season went on, I got more comfortable and played some of my best hockey I ever have going into the Mem Cup. So that was what was most important for me.
I know you'll be turning pro. What do you think will be the biggest challenge for you as you start playing against men and the pro level?
Get physically ready. I think mentally I'm there, and I understand what's happening out there. I'm not lost, but I think physically this summer you got to get a lot bigger, put on some weight, get heavier, because you're not playing against 16-year-olds anymore that just young and light. You're playing against some heavy guys, so it's going to be important.
What can you take away from last year's training camp and preseason with the Flyers? It seemed like there was maybe some chatter that you could take a dark horse run at the roster, and that really didn't shape up. Did you learn anything from that experience?
Yep. Obviously, I talked with Torts. He's not here anymore, but he gave me some good advice, and that doesn't change. And no matter what coach you have, obviously we have a new coach, and you're going to listen to him. But Torts' advice was more based on the player. It wasn't a coaching thing or a systems thing. I think I learned a lot from last year.
You spoke to Coach Tocchet already in terms of what his expectations are of you?
Not really expectations. He texted me after the Mem Cup, me and Barks, and said congratulations. And I've talked to him a couple times here. We haven't gotten down to playing nitty gritty like stuff like that yet, but just kind of introduced himself, said hi, and he's a really nice person. So I'm excited.
What's your mindset going into this season? Obviously, your first year turning pro. Are you aiming to make the team out of camp, or are you going in with the expectation you're going to get time in the AHL? Like, where's your head at?
Going with the expectation that you're going to make the team. You can't be aiming that you're going to go to the A, because then you will be going to the A. No matter, like if you already set that bar, I don't want to say low, but lower than it should be, you're gonna end up there. So I think for every guy at this camp, it should be playing the NHL, and most of the guys it is. And some people will say it's not really realistic, but I think it is, and you got to aim high.
Played against Porter Martone a good bit, I think, in the OHL. Just what did you see in his game as you played against him?
Yeah, he's got a lot of skill, a lot of confidence to do the stuff he was doing. He did some crazy things that I saw on Instagram the day later, so it was cool. He's a skilled guy. He's got size, and he's gonna fit in really well here.
You posted a couple pictures of pickleball. Who's the best pickleball player?
Not me and Porter. It was Jet. I think Jet and Santeri Solku ended up winning. So yeah, we were got in the playoffs though, but we weren't really there. So it's all right.
Did it get pretty competitive with everybody?
Yeah, it did.